the great thing was the film is basically made by like 10 of us. It's a very small crew. And because we made this previous film, Senna, and Chris and James had previously worked together on a Banksy doc, the great thing was there was no discussion. It was literally, James phoned me up and said, I've got somebody from Universal Music that said, would you be interested in making a film about Amy Winehouse because they love Senna so much? What do you think? And at the time I was making a film about the London Olympics, and it was the first time I was making a film at home in London for a long time. And suddenly I thought that I never had a subject. I never knew what to make a film about at home. So I was always flying to mountains and the Himalayas and deserts. And then suddenly I was like, that's the story. Amy felt like the girl next door. I'm a North Londoner. I come from that area. I lived there all my life. And she seemed like somebody I could have grown up with. She became super famous, and then this weird thing happened where I never understood how this happened in front of our eyes, her life. So the conversation was, okay, let's do it. And then I don't do any research, I don't read the books, I don't do anything. I just start talking to people. And literally the conversation was, let's make the film, let's see what we find. There's no agenda, there was no plan. The plan was, what went on? And then very early on, there were a couple of things. I started to look at her lyrics. Her lyrics seemed to have all of the answers. They were already there, we just didn't listen. And then the other thing, one of the first people I spoke to that trusted me was Nick Szymanski, her first manager. Now Nick, 2 years earlier, had been walking down the street in Notting Hill. It was raining. He's there with his girlfriend. And he says, let's get out the rain. Let's see, there's a film on, it's meant to be good. And they went to see Senna. And his wife said, I got no interest in Formula One. Who cares? And he said, no, it's meant to be good. They go and see the film. As they come out of the cinema, they both really liked it. They cried. He said, wouldn't it be great if someone made a film about Amy like that? 2 years later, I phoned him up and he says, normally I would say no to you. It's too early. I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't trust journalists. I don't trust filmmakers. I don't want to be a part of it. But because I said this to my wife, I'll meet you. I met with him. We got along. We became friends. And he said, look, I've got his footage. I don't know if it's any use. And he showed me on his laptop all of this stuff that he filmed. So all of that early stuff he filmed. And once I saw that, I kind of knew what the film was. Because I understood. I never knew she was so funny. I didn't realize she was so intelligent. I didn't realize she was like so cool. I only saw the ending. And then I realized, wow, from there to there in 2 years. For me, it was always like almost like an Indian Bollywood-y film. Like where the songs are the story and you have these lyrics that explain things, but I don't know what she's talking about. And bit by bit, the more I interviewed people, I go, oh, they're talking about this. Oh, they're talking about him. Oh, he's the guy. Oh, right. And then you talk to me and go, have you got any footage? And they go, yeah, I actually have that footage where she's talking about. And so it was all pieces. So Chris would be editing, and then I would be doing the interviews. And then that's how films work. Bit by bit, I would travel to Miami or New York or to Paris or wherever, and just say, give me 5 minutes. Let me just talk to you, because mostly people said, I don't want to do anything to do with her because just leave her alone. Just leave her alone, right? She's had enough of a shit life. She's been troubled enough by people, and bit by bit they trusted me, and I thought, okay, maybe you will say what she was really like, because they all loved the Amy that wasn't the beehive, wasn't the makeup, but the real person behind that.